Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Let's do a quick Q&A. I really wish I could make it longer because I have had so many questions, lately. But I just picked a few that were most recent, I guess, because they're the freshest to me and that really seemed very interesting. So I'm going to be replying to those. So the first one was, does the target need to be asleep while the spell is performed? This person clearly read this somewhere, and I'm aware actually of this concept. I see the logic behind it, don't get me wrong, but the answer is absolutely not. I guess the logic behind it would be that since spell work is energy work, we are not addressing the conscious mind, but the essence, the higher self, the subconscious mind as well. And those are parts that are not really that are easier to access while we're sleeping for us when our conscious mind basically shuts down. Now, however, number one, these parts are always active. Your subconscious mind is always active. Your higher self always active. It doesn't matter whether you're awake or not. It doesn't matter. So, your subconscious mind is the part of your brain that controls your movements, like walking, driving a car, all sorts of stuff. And also your actions, your reactions. It doesn't really come from the conscious mind, believe it or not. And your higher self is always connected with everything, with energies, with everything. So, it's always approachable. Now I'm using these expressions that we tend to use or don't tend to use, of course, to each their own. But as we know, these are all the expressions that were made by men, obviously, by humans. And this is how we describe certain things and how we label them. So if you have another way of resonating with your higher self, or you have a different name for it, that is totally fine. But this is just some expressions that I will use because they're quite common, and that's the only reason why. So another thing is that you can't really know when the target is asleep. You can assume, but maybe they have a party, or maybe they have a sleepless night, or they're working late. It can be, they don't need to be asleep at that time. Maybe they will be awake anyways. So this concept is very, guessing when somebody is asleep. And thirdly, spells do not work only while they're being casted. So that is when we do a spell, when we do the working, but they do give pushes throughout time. Again, another reason why this is not something that has to be done. Now, if somebody prefers to do it like this, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's fine. However, I just don't see how you can for sure know that somebody is sleeping. Okay, so that's the only issue I have with this one. Okay, next question was, if I want to get into astrology, learn about astrology, where should I start? Okay, so what I would recommend is to start with learning history of astrology. Um, See what resonates with you. There are different types, different ways that we can read charts. So I would recommend doing the theory first. Well, not exactly theory, but history first. History of astrology is fascinating. It's very interesting, and you would be surprised. I bet that 99% of you would be surprised. So I would definitely read some books on the history of astrology if I were you, a few of them. You know, which one you feel drawn to, which one are available for you, which one you can get easily. We all live in different parts of the world. So that would be up to you, of course. But learning about history of astrology would be where I would personally start. And then secondly, I would start doing it on your own chart. So exploring your own chart, getting familiar with everything on your own chart. And then later you can do other charts, maybe celebrities, maybe, your family members, your friends, whatever you want, basically. And you can watch the YouTube videos about astrology. There are some really good astrologers here, absolutely. But before that, I would recommend learning about history and reading books, guys, with everything, because I just feel like in today's day and age, basically everybody just uses social media for information, or Google, or AI, or I don't know. But books, books with these type of things, especially books. Okay, then we have the third question, which is something that I get asked about a lot. So let's just answer it. So it is about angel numbers, and basically seeing angel numbers after spell work has been performed, or even after a breakup, or before you met the person that you broke up with. So this is very common. This is very common, and I'm going to explain why. But first, for those of you who don't know what angel numbers are, they're basically repeating number sequences like 111, 222, 333, as we know, or 444, or patterns of numbers as well. And what they truly are, they're spiritual messages. And who are these messages from? Well, again, it's going to depend what you resonate with, and nobody can give you a clear answer because we have different names and different beliefs. But basically, those will be the messages from the universe, or angels, or higher powers, spirit guides, guardian angels. So, what are these messages about, and why are you getting them at this specific times? So, usually, they will be connected with a few things. With magic, why you're seeing angel numbers after spell work is because something is happening, spiritually, magically, and this is why you're seeing them. So they're kind of confirming, okay, we're working on it, right? And then why do you see it after breakup? Is because obviously not every breakup. If you had a breakup with a karmic person, you will see angel numbers because you're getting messages that there are some lessons you need to learn from this. So it's very much about your spiritual self. And if you see them before you've met your person, usually it will mean that something new is going to happen, and that usually it will be before a karmic, connection. So before a karmic contract, unveils. So, if you don't know much about karmics, I'm not going to get into it in this audio, but you definitely, well, actually, I will, because I think the next question is about that. I just need to find it. So, yeah, I probably will. But yeah, they're about these type of things. Definitely. When your soul wants to evolve spiritually, wants to dive into spirituality, and this will usually be after a karmic breakup. Remember that we talked about this. So this is why you're suddenly looking into tarot, looking into magic, looking into spirituality, and that's kind of like you connecting and aligning. So yeah, angel numbers, this would be what I would say about them. Now I'm gonna find the fourth question. Let me just pause. Okay, yeah, it is about karmics, but not about really explaining what I was gonna explain. Again, you can look at the other audios about karmics, karmic contracts, karmic relationships. You have a bunch on the channel, I'm sure. So, This person said, I don't think karmic connections are counted as a positive thing. Okay. So, karmic connections have a bad rep, yes. However, in my opinion and my experience, they are actually very positive. They're not negative. Why they have a bad rap is because usually your karmic is gonna hurt you and break up with you, and you're gonna be feeling like you're gonna die because it's gonna be one of the worst things you have ever experienced, and it will be like the dark night of a soul. And this is why they have a bad rap, because the relationships with karmics are very intense, very strong, lots of emotions, lots of passion, and then lots of pain. And because of that pain, they have a bad rap. But karmics are very special because they happen for a very, very important reason, and that is to teach you something. They are your teachers. They are your teachers, and they show you exactly what you need to work on. With karmics, there is always a lesson you need to learn, and there is spiritual growth after a karmic, because you will change and you will never be the same again, and it's part of your soul's journey. So it's a very positive thing, and after a karmic, you may unlock some very positive things in other areas of your life as well that just couldn't be unlocked before you went on this level and you experienced this pain and this transformation, because it's basically a transformation. So of course it does depend on you, how you're going to deal with that, if you're going to learn and grow or if you're going to stay in victim mentality. But karmics are meant to put you on another level. They're very positive, they're teachers, and it just depends how you're going to view them. Um, and that's basically why we have karmics. They are special, they're important, and I know it sucks when you're going through it, but then later, once you evolve, you're going to be so thankful for that lesson, because without that experience, you would never ever be the person that you meant to become, basically. And yeah, that is the truth about karmics. So I would never call it a negative thing. I would never call it not so positive. Another question that gets asked about a lot is whether you can get a karmic back, because there's also this idea that karmics are meant to stay briefly and never come back. That is not true. Yes, you can get a karmic back just like any other person. They're just a person again. They have a different mission, yes, but it's not like after that you cannot get them back. You can. And there's more content about that on the channel as well, so that I don't get into it now. So this is basically what I have for you today. I hope this was helpful, and we're going to talk soon. Bye.